Okay, guys, it's me, Marquita. And me and Gary, we were sitting here talking. Hold on. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Yeah, I don't have it plugged up. Hold on. I hope that they. Um, Me and Gary, we were sitting here talking, and we were talking about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial, and um, and we was talking about why did um Amber bring up Kate Moss' name. And what's that got to do with Johnny? Well, me and Gary, we looked it up, and I was like, if I'm not mistaken, like when I seen it, it was like in the 1990s when Johnny Depp and Kate Moss was dating. He was not alleged. He was accused of pushing Kate Moss down the steps. So that's what the article said. Okay, and I was saying, okay, in the 1990s, when they said that this happened, this was the height of Kate Moss' career, right? I'm like, wasn't she one of Gia's girls? Now, if y'all know who Gia is, y'all know that she was such a beautiful model. But Gia, I don't know how to say her last name, just with a C. But anyways, love that movie. That's my favorite Angelina Jolie movie. And um, literally, I tear up every time I think of the end of the movie because I don't know if she died and they just showed her walking out. Like, see, every time I bring it up, like, I'm freaking about to cry. Okay. Anyhow, Gia is known for heroin chic. That's what she's known as. So, what that means, if y'all don't know what heroin chic is, Gia was like really skinny. And, like, of course, back in the 70s and 80s, and of course 90s, they, um, fashion designers and people, the modeling people liked it skinny because the models can fit into smaller clothes. And so, Gia was not the founder. She was like the first, um, like the originator of heroin chic because she was like really thin, and so all the models wanted to be like that. Well, I think it was the late 80s, maybe early 90s, which they're saying that this happened in the 90s. It might have been 1990 when this happened, supposedly with Johnny Depp and Kate Moss. But Kate Moss is one of Gia's girls. Like she was, and I read the article, and I can probably screen print it, not screen capture. I could take a picture of it, and I could show you that it shows that Kate Moss was like that. Gia is considered. Gia is the originator of the heroin chic, but Kate Moss is what she's the one that brought the trend. I'm assuming to the 90s, since that was like her biggest era. She might have been big in the 80s, but it's just like when I think Kate Moss, I think in the 90s. But of course, I was born in '83, so I wouldn't have realized what models was and who she was in the late '80s because I was born in '83. Um, but anyways, he was supposed to push her down the steps or alleged pushed her, and they were on the steps. I'm not gonna say down the steps because I don't think the article says he pushed her down the steps. They were on the steps, and he allegedly pushed her. Um, so um, I'm thinking that's why everybody is like, oh my gosh, she got, she just, you know, butchered herself because she brought up that incident. Now, I don't know if Johnny Depp was found innocent or if he was found guilty of doing that, of like to Kate Moss. Um, but that seemed like that was like her final nail in the coffin, when she said Kate Moss's name, because now I think they're going to try to get Kate Moss to testify. My only thing is it's going to be bad for Kate Moss, because I'm not saying people that's on drugs that gets abused is not believable. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying to the fact of the matter is, okay, when that supposedly happened, if she says yes or she says no, I'm just saying roundly, if that's what supposedly happened, um, in the 90s, you were heavily on drugs at that time, because you were considered one of Gia's girls. And Gia stayed skinny because she was on heroin. It sickens me, because I'm basing everything off the movie of what I've seen. Like I said, that's my favorite Angelina Jolie movie is Gia. Um, but it just sickens me on how like it got to the point so bad of Gia that they could no longer cover up um they can no longer cover up her track marks out of the pictures with makeup or airbrush them, and they couldn't airbrush the track marks out without her, her arm looking fake. And instead of being like, okay, you need help, what they did to remedy it is they just put on gloves up to her elbows to make it, oh, she's so, she's so fashionable, she wears gloves. I don't know what they said, but like my point of it is, instead of them helping her and like being like, okay, you need to like get help, like we're not gonna hire you no more because we can no longer cover up your track marks in your arm. All they did was just cover it up, like with with gloves. So it's like it really sickens me, because she was so beautiful. She really was. Um, but it's like she needed help. She didn't need to be covered up as far as gloves on their arms to cover up what y'all couldn't cover up. It's like, no, obviously she needed help, and I wish that they would have helped her, because like I said, she was such a beautiful woman. But anyhow, I didn't know if anybody else knew that. It could just be me, and I'm dense, and I'm not afraid to say that I am. I really didn't understand why is Amber Heard bringing up Kate Moss, and that's the behind the scene story of why Amber brought up Kate Moss' name, and everybody's like, you just put the final nail in your coffin. And like I said, I didn't know the story until I looked it up. And if you don't know the story, I encourage anybody to look it up. Don't take my word on it. And, not sponsored. And definitely not being told to. But y'all should go watch Gia. And it's the Angelina Jolie. She's playing Gia in the movie. And I recommend y'all go watch that story. It might not be real, but to me, it's like it's very sad. Like I said, the ending. Every time I think about it, I literally start tearing up. I just it's just it's so sad. It's so sad. But anyways, that's all. Did you want to say anything, Gary? Uh, Gary, he's feeling a little nauseous today. So he doesn't want to talk. What? Hold on, Savannah. I'm still recording, love. Hold on. You keep bumping my arm. How do you build all that? It's already pre-built. Um, but Gary is feeling a little nauseous. He's getting better. But he's getting a little nauseous. He's starting to eat more. Or he's starting to eat by mouth. He's really not eating more. He's trying to get off the feeding tube. But they say that they're not going to take it out until he gains a little bit of weight, because he's still losing weight, which they don't want him to lose weight. But of course, his stomach is now his esophagus. So, and then they had to make him a new stomach. Huh? Oh, his intestines is his new stomach. But he has a jejunum tube. If y'all was wondering what feeding tube he had, a jejunum. It's not in his stomach. It's in his intestines. That's what the nurse, how she explained it to me, was it's not in his stomach. It's a jejunum tube. But he's trying to cut down on the feeding so that he can eat by mouth, but the feeding tube, like the liquid, the food in the feeding tube, which is liquid, it looks like baby formula, keeps him full to where he doesn't get hungry. So he's trying to cut down on that so that he can eat by mouth, but the only reason why they haven't cut him completely down is because he's still losing weight. And he's not holding his weight, and he's not gaining weight. He's slowly losing, but he doesn't need to lose, because he lost like quite a bit before surgery. But hopefully he'll get better. He's nauseous right now. But yeah, so that's the update on Gary. The update on why I'm about to call her Kate Moss. Why Amber said Kate Moss's name, if nobody knew, y'all probably was like, yeah, that's old news, you're late. And I really am late. I could have looked it up on Thursday when she said it, but I was like, you know what, maybe somebody will say it, and then I don't have to look it up. That's like, and another thing, I mean, because everybody's like, she quoted movies. Okay, well, let's not take away that she freaking was talking about I Am Dana. Nobody, if you don't know that movie is on YouTube, and I watched it free. December of last year, when I was at my daddy's house around Christmas time. I was up on Christmas, or the day after Christmas. So around December the 26th to January the 6th is when I watched I Am Dana. And because I was in a period form phase, which I always love period movies. And I don't know when I Am Dana supposedly took place, but y'all should go watch it. It's a very, I don't know how to describe a sad movie, because her daddy smacks her and her mama dies. She accidentally killed her mama, but it really wasn't her fault. It really wasn't her fault. And I know if her mama lived, her mama would not have blamed her either. But, I mean, if you think about it, maybe her mama blamed her, because then now her mama is like kind of a ghost without being a ghost, or just like a mental ghost. Like, I don't know. If y'all see it, so y'all, if y'all do see it, or if y'all have seen it, y'all could tell me, is her mama a ghost, or is she just thinking that her mama's what? You know what? That's another video, and I'm not trying to go deep into it. But anyway, she did the headbutt off of I Am Dana. If y'all watch it, y'all will see that she did the headbutt when Dana headbutted her daddy. off of I Am Dana. But y'all tell me if y'all think that that's where Amber got that from.